Hello everybody, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am coming to you live from Woburn Memorial High School in Woburn, Massachusetts. Here for some high school playoff girls basketball action, courtesy of the MIAA Division I tournament. This round of 16 contest pits the hosting 7th-seeded Woburn High Tanners against the visiting 10th-seeded Brookline High Warriors. Might have misspoke there when I said that. Woburn is the 7th seed, Brookline is the 10th seed. Not sure if I tripped on that one, but if I did, I apologize. Two very strong, capable teams coming into this contest. Woburn coming off a very impressive 19-1 regular season to earn their 7th spot in the MIAA Power Rankings, while Brookline with a solid 15-5 record of their own to earn the 10th spot. Thus far in the tournament, Brookline cruised through their round of 32 matchup against 23rd seeded Algonquin last Friday at Schluntz Gym in Brookline. The Warriors handed them a 30-point loss, 77-47. Brookline beat Algonquin to now advance to this game. Meanwhile, their opponents, the Woburn Tanners, coming in as the 7th seed, they held on against a scrappy 26th seeded Mansfield team, escaping with a narrow 42-37 win to now find themselves in the round of 16. Less than 10 minutes left here in the pregame clock. So with that in mind, let's take a look at the rosters for the two teams coming in here today. We'll start with the hosting 7th-seeded Woburn High Tanners. Going in order of jersey number, first off, we have a freshman, number 1, McKenna Morrison. Next, a junior, number 3, Marquis Gibbons. A junior, number 4, Samantha Sherburne. A senior co-captain, number 5, Carly Dangora. A senior co-captain, number 10, Jenna Taylor. A junior, number 11, Megan Quayle. A freshman, number 13, Jayellen Cuniff. A junior, number 14, Hannah Surrett. A senior co-captain, number 22, Casey Dangora. A junior, number 23, Cindy Labissiere. A junior, number 24, Amber Hayden. A senior, number 31, Nicole McNaughton. A sophomore, number 33, Riley Morgan. And finally, a freshman, number 34, Shannon McCarthy. Head coach of the Woburn High girls basketball team is Stephen Sullivan, with assistant coach Bill Cantillon. So that is the roster for the hosting Woburn High Tanners. Now let's move over to the other side. And let's talk about the visiting 10th-seeded Brookline High Warriors. Once again, going in order of jersey numbers, starting off, we have a junior co-captain, number 3, Gianna Bryant. Next up, we have a senior, number 4, Gilda Gilbert. A junior, number 5, Jenna Lazowski. A sophomore, number 10, Gigi McMahon. A senior, number 11, Mariah Washington. A junior co-captain, number 12, Talia Thompson. A junior, number 14, Madeline Moore. A junior, number 15, Faith Rothstein. A junior, number 20, Delaney Costello. A junior, number 22, Iris Liebman. A junior, number 30, Margot Mattis. And finally, a freshman, number 32, Olivia Matarazza. Head coach of the Brookline High girls basketball team is Kendall Jones. So there is the roster for the 10th seeded Brookline High Warriors as we get ready to start this ball game. As always, if you enjoy this stream, be sure to hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date on all my upcoming live streams. I know the winter season's about to end, but spring is just around the corner. So be sure to stay tuned for your favorite teams. As always, if you want to find out how you can commission my live streaming services for your favorite teams, especially with the spring season right around the corner, you can find that information in the bottom right corner of your screen. My personal website, jessesports.com, my email address, jgms88@gmail.com, and for an extra bit, link to my Instagram account where I typically post highlights from previous games I have covered. And as always, if you've got anything to say, if I'm pronouncing somebody's name wrong, or if there are any other facts you think I should know for this broadcast, feel free to let me know in the live chat. My apologies in advance for the shaky screen. I got here pretty early, and it seems that in my hastiness, I ended up setting up in a pretty populated spot. So a lot of people walking around. That's going to result in some shaking of the camera. I'll try and mitigate it if it gets egregiously bad. But unfortunately, this is just what happens when you broadcast from the bleachers. Little less than 4 minutes left before the start of this ball game. Once again, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan coming to you live from Woburn Memorial High School for this MIAA Division I girls basketball round of 16 contest between 7th seeded Woburn and 10th seeded Brookline. About a minute and a half left in the pregame clock. Once again, 7th-seeded Woburn against 10th-seeded Brookline here in the round of 16 of the MIAA Division I Girls Basketball State Tournament. The winner of this game will go on to the Elite Eight, where they will face off against the winner of the game between 2nd-seeded Wachusett and 18th-seeded Reading, which started at 6 p.m., or at least was slated to start at 6 p.m. out in Wachusett. So there's the buzzer. That's going to end the pregame. And we are about ready to get this underway, or at least get the pregame ceremonies underway.
Good evening and welcome to this MIAA basketball tournament event. Participating student athletes, coaches, and contest officials have worked diligently to prepare for today's competition. Please show your appreciation by demonstrating good sportsmanship and respect for all in attendance. Ensure that your behaviors reflect the values that should be identified with these student athletes. Assume responsibility for your behavior and the behavior of those around you. If you require assistance, please call upon an MIAA, school, or security official. Our great nation has persevered through the leadership and sacrifices of men and women who have served or are currently serving in our armed forces. We invite both veterans and current military personnel to stand. And we thank you for your service to our country. Let's move on to the starting lineups for tonight's event between the Brookline Warriors and the Woburn Tanners.
Here come the starting lineups.
The starting lineup for Brookline. Number 30, Margot Mattis.
First starter for Brookline is number 30, Margot Mattis.
Number 15, Faith Rothstein.
Number 15, Faith Rothstein.
Number 12, Talia Thompson.
Number 12, Talia Thompson.
Number 10, Gigi McMahon.
Number 10, Gigi McMahon.
Number 3, Gianna Bryant.
And finally, number 3, Gianna Bryant.
Introducing the starting lineup for the Tanners.
And now here comes the home starters for
Number
Woburn.
11, Megan Quayle.
Number 11, Megan Quayle.
Number 23, Cynthia Labissiere.
Number 23, Cynthia Labissiere. Number 22, Casey Dangora.
Number 5, Captain Carly Dangora.
Number 5, Carly Dangora.
Captain Jenna Taylor.
And number 10, Jenna Taylor.
Could everyone please rise?
And now we'll have the national anthem and then the opening tip-off.
At this time, we would like to ask everyone to recognize a moment of silence to honor fallen State Trooper Tamar Bucci. Thank you, and please remain standing for the national anthem sung by Woburn's own Harrison Sturgeon.
What
Wow. I don't know how much that came through on my mic, but I hope a portion of it certainly did. That was a beautiful rendition of the national anthem. Certainly above average when it comes to high school national anthems. A lot of times they don't get a singer. They just have to play something on a recording, really. But that one was beautiful. So here we go. Getting ready to start this one underway. The Woburn starters coming out onto the floor. Number 11, Megan Quayle. Number 23, Cyndia Labissiere. Number 22, Casey Dangora. Number 5, Carly Dangora. And number 10, Jenna Taylor. While for Brookline, they send out a starting lineup of Gianna Bryant, Gigi McMahon, Faith Rothstein, Talia Thompson, and Margot Mattis. Brookline versus Woburn, round of 16. Here we go. The opening tip-off is chased down by Labissiere. Labissiere dribbling around, sends a pass up top over to Taylor, who then gives it over to Casey Dangora. Now down low to Labissiere, kicks it back out to Casey Dangora. Now up top to Taylor, over to Dangora. Now a pass down low is broken up, but recovered by Labissiere. But oh, she can't get the basket because she traveled. So the travel call results in a turnover instead of an opening basket for the Tanners. Again, my apologies for the shakiness early on as Gianna Bryant dribbling with it. And we got fans stomping on the bleachers, so I'm just going to have to hold it above the bleachers as Margot Mattis dribbles in, trying to weave her way through, forces a shot, no good. Battle for the board is deflected and lost out of bounds. It stays with Brookline, last touched by Woburn. Inbound goes to Mattis. Sent back up top to Gianna Bryant. Bryant starts to drive in, goes for an awkward layup, no good. Rebound collected by Quayle. Given to Labissiere. Labissiere dribbling with it, looking around. Passes it over to Casey Dangora, up top to Taylor. Now swung over to Carly Dangora, misses wide on the three. Rebound collected by Faith Rothstein. Now given to Mattis. Mattis dribbling with it, starts to drive, spins to the hoop, runs into a defender. They call the charge. A smart charge take by what I believe was number 11, Megan Quayle. And so Woburn takes over. Working against the Brookline press. The Dangora sisters passing back and forth. Now it's sent across half court to Labissiere. Labissiere driving in, tries an extra pass. It somehow deflects over to Quayle. She cannot get the shot off, might have been blocked. And now it's deflected out of bounds. Last touched by Brookline. No points as of yet. We're a minute and a half into the first quarter. Inbound to Casey Dangora for the shot. No good. Rebound by McMahon. Quick passes broken up by Quayle and recovered by Casey Dangora. Given to Labissiere. Labissiere running with it. Starts to drive in. Poked away by Bryant, but somehow the deflection goes to Quayle. Couple quick passes. This is Carly Dangora running the baseline, and she draws a foul. That first foul will be against Brookline's number 30, Margot Mattis. Her first team's actually I think that's her second. She was also called for the charge as she checks out. And now Woburn passing it around. Quayle kicks it out to Casey Dangora. Now over to Carly Dangora. Now the pass to the baseline to Quayle. Back out to Carly Dangora. Swung across. A jumper from Taylor. No good. Battle for the board is ultimately won by number 11, Mariah Washington. Quick pass to McMahon. McMahon starts to dribble in. Kicks it out to Rothstein. Up top to Talia Thompson for the shot. No good off the front rim. Rebound collected by Woburn. That is Taylor running with it. Kicks it out to the corner. Corner three, or wing three, I should rather say. No good. Rebound by Washington. Given to Bryant. Bryant dribbling around. Still no score. We're 2.5 minutes in. Gianna Bryant runs in for the floater. No good. Rebound collected by Taylor. Taylor running with it in transition. Going up. No good. So many missed shots back and forth as McMahon collects the rebound and runs with it, going all the way. No good, but she draws a foul. Or no, it's an offensive foul against McMahon. Or is it? It is an offensive foul called against McMahon. That is Brookline's third foul. McMahon's first and the second charge taken by Woburn here in the first quarter. Tanner's moving with it after some substitutions. Carly Dangora throws it across half court. Ball is thrown back to number 1, McKenna Morrison. Now back to Carly Dangora inside. Down low, Labissiere hits the layup. That's the first basket of the game. Cynthia Labissiere gets Woburn on the board first. Only took about 3 minutes for us to get the first basket in what's been a tight defensive contest so far. Brookline with the ball, the pass down low to Mariah Washington, and a jump ball is forced by Woburn's number 34, Shannon McCarthy. Inbound goes to McMahon, a couple quick passes. Bryant for three, no good. Rebound collected by Taylor. Taylor running with it. Kicks it out. Labissiere for three, no good. Rebound collected by Brookline. Running with it now is McMahon. Pass to Bryant. Bryant dribbles, kicks it out. Thompson fakes, runs in, floater, no good. Rebound had by McCarthy for a second, but poked out of bounds by McMahon. Another sub checking in for Woburn. It looks like, I think that's Megan Quayle checking back into the game. As the inbound goes to Carly Dangora. Pass to Morrison, back to Dangora. Pass is deflected by Thompson and recovered by Rothstein for the steal. Bryant bringing it up slowly for Brookline. Still looking for their first points. McMahon kicks it out to Thompson, sends it over to Rothstein. Rothstein is blocked, but it's recovered by McMahon. McMahon scrumming for the ball down low, and it's won by Woburn. Labissiere now running with it. Going in, going up, no good on the layup. McCarthy gets the rebound, tries the putback, no good. Labissiere battling for the rebound, and what a battle for the board that was. And it looks like they're going to say out of bounds on Brookline at the end of that play. What a wild one that was. They could have called jump ball. They could have called foul. They could have called out of bounds. It was just a matter of what they said happened first. And they said out of bounds happened first. Still 2-0 Woburn with 3.5 minutes left here in a very low-scoring first quarter. Inbound for Woburn. Labissiere throws it down low to McCarthy. She tries to turn around, but her pass gets deflected and recovered by Rothstein. Mattis now dribbling with it. Stepping back, firing from three, hits it! Margot Mattis with Brookline's first points of the game. 3-2 as now Woburn driving in, but a travel. Travel committed by number 22, Casey Dangora. Thompson bringing it up for Brookline. Holding it, throws it to Mattis up top. Mattis starts to drive, cuts through, goes in for two. Margot Mattis starting to come alive. Brookline takes the 5-2 lead. They called the basket for Gigi McMahon, but I'm almost positive that was Mattis. .241 on the clock after the turnover by Woburn. Gives it back to Brookline. Bryant bringing it up slow for the Warriors. They hold a 5-2 lead. Pass goes over to Mattis, and a foul is called against number 5, Carly Dangora. Substitution coming in for Brookline, number 5, Jenna Lazowski, as she replaces Gigi McMahon. Inbound to Mattis. Mattis gives it over to Bryant. Bryant back to Mattis. Mattis looking around, decides to pass to Bryant on the wing. Bryant dribbling with it. Looking around, starts to drive, hits traffic, and that's going to be a defensive foul against Woburn. My apologies again for all the unsteady camera. Some lively fans here in the Woburn section of the stands, stomping and going for the defense chant whenever Brookline has the ball. And unfortunately, that means I have to lift my tripod off the ground, which results in something slightly unsteady. We got a timeout called. The score currently 5-2 in favor of the Warriors with 2 minutes and 16 seconds left here in the first quarter. It took about 3+ minutes for the first bucket of the game to be scored. That was scored by Woburn's number 23, Cynthia Labissiere. Brookline has since answered back 5-0 on the run, all courtesy of Margot Mattis. But still a very low-scoring first quarter. I mean, even for low-scoring high school games, this is next-level low-scoring. This is a baseball score we've got on the board right now. Not something you expect towards the final minutes of the first quarter. But here we are, and coming out of the timeout, here we go. Brookline on the inbound. This is Thompson looking around, passes into Bryant. Bryant holding it in the corner, looking for an outlet. Finally throws one to Mattis. Mattis fires for another three, hits it! Margot Mattis on fire. Here late in the first, she's got all 8 of Brookline's points, including a pair of trays. Labissiere sends it up top to Morrison. Back to Labissiere. Looking around, pass inside. This is Quayle, who tries to throw it through traffic. It's deflected back to Quayle. Sends it up top. 3-ball, no good. In and out off the shot by, I believe, Carly Dangora. Rebound was recovered by Morrison, and a jump ball is forced by Gianna Bryant. Morrison on the inbound off the jump ball. It goes to Carly Dangora, back to Morrison. Morrison sends it up top to Taylor, back over to Carly Dangora, inside to Quayle, but lost, goes right back to Dangora. Dangora throws it out through traffic to Taylor, now up top to Morrison. Morrison runs in mid-range, in and out, no good. Battle for the rebound is being scrummed for, ultimately won by Labissiere. Labissiere steps, kicks it out. 3-ball from the top is good. McKenna Morrison hits the tray. Now a quick answer from the 3-ball by Mattis, no good. Rebound by Taylor. Taylor running the floor, pass gets to Carly Dangora, just barely. Inside, backing down was Taylor, tried to pass for Quayle. Quayle barely chases that one down, gives it to Carly Dangora. Pass gets to Morrison, inside to Taylor. Taylor swarmed, kicks a pass out, back inside to Quayle. Pass for Taylor's deflected away, recovered by Morrison. Morrison trying to get away, gets it to Taylor, up top to Labissiere. Labissiere looking around, heaves it, no good. And that's going to be out of bounds. Brookline ball. Would have been a shot clock violation in 1 second anyway. Eight to 5, the Brookline lead. 30 seconds left in the quarter. Thompson with the ball, passes up top to Mattis. Mattis surveys, passes to Bryant. Bryant driving in from the wing, mid-range, no good. Rebound by Labissiere. Labissiere running, pulls up, hits the floater. Cynthia Labissiere cuts it to a 1-point game. 5 seconds left. Bryant throws it quickly to Rothstein, out to Mattis. Mattis heaves, no good off the front rim. That's going to end the first quarter. We are through 1 here at Woburn Memorial High School. The score through 1, the 10th-seeded Brookline Warriors 8, the 7th-seeded Woburn Tanners 7. a combination of some great defensive efforts from both teams as well as just some unlucky shooting. As currently only 3 different players have found the bottom of the net between the two teams through 1. Margot Mattis responsible for all 8 of Brookline's points, while for Woburn, leading the way with 4 points is Cyndia Labissiere, while McKenna Morrison has 3. Starting the second quarter, Brookline will have the opening possession. Inbound goes to Mattis. Mattis dribbling, hits traffic, steps back in, going to the hole. Layup goes in and it counts, and 1. Margot Mattis picking up right where she left off. Mattis with double figures in this game already as she gets ready to shoot the and 1 and hits it. Ice in her veins, 11 points, and Brookline with the 11-7 lead. Carly Dangora looking around, throws a pass to the corner. Corner 3, no good, rebound by Mattis. Mattis running in transition, looking around, driving in, going to the hole for 2. Margot Mattis is unstoppable. Carly Dangora dribbling with it for the Tanners. Looking around, sends a pass to the corner again. Back up top to Labissiere. Labissiere inside to McCarthy. McCarthy throwing it to the back door for the layup. That's Casey Dangora for 2. Oh, quick pass to McMahon. McMahon is blocked. And a foul is called. McMahon at the line for 2. First one, no good. That foul was called against number 10, Jenna Taylor, her second personal, 4th team. As McMahon now gets ready for free throw number 2. Second one, no good, 0 for 2. And the rebound is tracked down by McKenna Morrison. Gives the ball to Carly Dangora, now back to Morrison, back to Dangora, into the corner. Running the baseline is Quayle. Quayle gets trapped, somehow gets a pass out to Dangora. Inside to McCarthy, back door to Quayle. Quayle to layup, misses it. Rebound by Bryant, given to Mattis. Mattis running the floor, looking around, fires for 3, no good. Rebound by McCarthy, given to Labissiere. Labissiere dribbling around, swings it over to Carly Dangora. Dangora swings it over to Morrison. Morrison misses on the 3, rebound by Mattis. Mattis, long heaving pass to Rothstein, but she fell. Loose ball recovered by Labissiere, and she's running it back. Looking around, hitting traffic, turning around for an awkward lay-in, no good, almost made it. Rebound by Morrison, given back to Labissiere. Labissiere kicks it out to Morrison, inside to McCarthy, to the corner to Labissiere. 3 ball, no good, rebound by Mattis. Mattis almost lost the ball, but retains it. Throws a pass to Bryant. Bryant holding it as Brookline resets. Sends it up top to Thompson. Thompson dribbles in. Awkward shot, no good. Rebound. Almost an intercepted pass practically by McCarthy there as she gives it to Carly Dangora. Over to Labissiere, now over to Morrison. Back to Labissiere. Labissiere running the baseline, goes for a shot, no good. Rebound by Quayle. Quayle gets the putback.
Basket number 11, Megan Quayle.
Megan Quayle cuts the deficit down to 2. Margot Mattis dribbling around, looking around, pass down low is broken up and stolen by Labissiere. Pass intended for McMahon. Labissiere sends it inside to McCarthy. McCarthy passes out of the trap, but too high. Goes over Carly Dangora's outstretched fingertips and out of bounds. 13-11 is the score in favor of Brookline with 5:14 on the clock here in the second quarter. Bryant bringing it up for the Warriors. Passes it over to Thompson on the wing. Thompson looking around, sends it up top to McMahon. McMahon gives it right back to Thompson. Thompson surveying again. Starts dribbling, stops, swings a pass over to McMahon. McMahon tries to dribble inside and draws another defensive foul. This one will go against Quayle. That'll be 5 team fouls now on Woburn, 2 on Quayle. Checking into the game for Woburn is McCarthy coming back in. Quick inbound to McMahon, given out to Bryant. Bryant driving to the hole. Awkward layup does not fall. Rebound ultimately collected by Casey Dangora. Pass gets to McCarthy, back to Dangora, now over to Morrison, now to the corner. Amber Hayden for 3, hits it! Big 3 ball by Amber Hayden. As Bryant trying to answer, no good. Battle for the rebound is won by Casey Dangora. Woburn with the 1-point lead. Pass goes to Morrison. Morrison, couple quick passes. Coming out of the corner, the pass goes back to Dangora. Back to Morrison. Now to the corner to number 14 running the back door. And the ball gets deflected back to her and her foot was on the line. That was number 14, Hannah Surrett. As for Brookline, a substitution, number 11, Mariah Washington into the game, replacing Talia Thompson. It's Bryant bringing up the ball. Brookline trails by 1. Long pass over to Rothstein. Rothstein dribbles. Still dribbling with it, kicks it out to Bryant. Bryant steps in, steps back. Looking around, starts to drive, going inside, misses the lay-in. Rebound by Dangora. Carly Dangora throws it down low to McCarthy. McCarthy trying to fight in the post, no good, but she draws the foul. .3:32 on the clock here in the second quarter. That foul called against Gigi McMahon, her second, Brookline's 4th. First free throw from McCarthy is good. As Thompson comes back into the game, replacing Bryant. McCarthy hits both. Mattis dribbling with it for Brookline. Looking around, starts drive in, falls. Loose ball recovered by Rothstein, sent up top to Washington for 3, no good. Rebound by McCarthy. Casey Dangora throws it to Carly Dangora. Back to Casey. Casey for 3, no good. Off the back rim, rebound by Thompson. Given to Mattis. Mattis dribbling around, loses the ball again. It's recovered by Carly Dangora. Given to McCarthy and now over to Casey Dangora. Thrown over to Labissiere. Over to Carly Dangora for 3. No good. Rebound by Mattis. Mattis running with it in transition. Spins, goes inside. No good. She's blocked by Labissiere. Labissiere is running it back. Goes for the layup. Hits it. And a timeout is called after that one. And a good time for a timeout call for Brookline as they call a timeout with 2:31 left here in the second. Couple of sloppy offensive possessions there. And you wonder if Margot Mattis is starting to feel the pressure of having to score all of Brookline's points, as she is still responsible for all 13 points on the board for Brookline. Meanwhile, a much bigger spread for Woburn. 6 points from Cyndia Labissiere to lead the way, 3 points apiece from McKenna Morrison and Amber Hayden, and then 2 points apiece from Megan Quayle, Casey Dangora, and Shannon McCarthy. So that is 6 different point scores for Woburn, just 1 for Brookline. And you can tell Woburn is starting to adjust their defensive strategy, just swarming Mattis and preventing her from having any kind of lane to the basket. Brookline is going to need someone to step up as another scoring threat if they're going to have a chance in this one. .231 left now in the second. Inbound to Bryant. Bryant across half court. Dribbles around a pick. Almost lost the ball, still dribbling around. Kicks out to Thompson. Thompson steps in, mid-range, no good. Rebound collected by Hayden. Carly Dangora throws it over to Morrison. Morrison throws it to Hayden, back out to Morrison. Morrison dribbling up top, gives it over to Carly Dangora. Throws it to an open Hayden. Hayden for the mid-range and hits it. Amber Hayden now with 5 today. Bryant bringing it up, dribbles around a pick. Looking around, still looking around, steps in, loses her footing again. Out of bounds, Woburn ball. Brookline's been losing their footing a lot trying to dribble around the tight on-ball defense from the Tanners. And Woburn now has a 7-point lead to show for it. 20-13 with a minute and a half left here in the first half. Pass goes over to Hayden on the wing. Swings it across to Carly Dangora. Dangora dribbling around. Pass blocked by Bryant. Trying to chase after the loose ball, but it's recovered by McCarthy. Given to Morrison and then to Dangora, inside to McCarthy. McCarthy kicks it out to Labissiere. Labissiere running the baseline, loses the ball, almost lost the ball straight into the hoop, but instead it's recovered by Bryant. Bryant running the floor, pass to Rothstein. Rothstein starts to dribble in, kicks it out to Bryant. Bryant looking around, fakes the handoff, runs in, floater no good. Rebound by Hayden. Given to Labissiere. Now given back to Carly Dangora. Back over to Morrison. And then to Hayden. Then to Dangora. Labissiere's pass is deflected and stolen by Mattis. Mattis running the floor in transition. Throws a pass to Thompson. Thompson goes for the bucket. No good. Rebound by McMahon, and McMahon puts it back. Brookline ends the scoring drought. That, I believe, was a 13-0 run for Woburn that was just snapped by Gigi McMahon, who becomes the first point scorer for Brookline, not named Margot Mattis. 20-15, less than 20 seconds left in the quarter. Carly Dangora with the ball. Around a pick, throws a pass, held in the corner, given back out, up top to Hayden, swung over to Labissiere. Labissiere stepping in, going for the shot, no good, she gets stuffed, loses the ball, but the loose ball was picked up by Woburn, couldn't make the shot, and now a battle for the loose ball is going to end the half. Carly Dangora almost swooped in to take that one from right under the nose of every Brookline player. Instead, we've got our score at halftime. Brookline 15, Woburn 20. As we go into the break, I am happy to say that today's broadcast is brought to you in part by Harvest Wealth Management. We have a message for all you parents out there listening to the game who are thinking about how you're going to pay for college for your young student athletes. It's never too early to start planning for college, especially if you think you'll need financial aid. The average cost of a private 4-year college in the U.S. today is over $50,000 a year. And if your student is interested in one of the many top-tier colleges in the Boston area, the cost could exceed $70,000 a year. But don't despair. There are many financial aid and other college funding strategies available to you to reduce your out-of-pocket college costs by tens of thousands of dollars per child per year. But you need to start early, be proactive, and learn the financial aid rules to take advantage of these strategies. Harvest Wealth Management of Needham, Massachusetts can help you realize your student's college dream. Harvest Wealth Management is a full-service financial planning firm. They specialize in helping families with college-bound children maximize their financial aid and utilize other tax-driven strategies to reduce college costs. For many families in the middle class today, it is impossible to save enough for their children's college education. But Harvest Wealth Management believes it is not about saving more for college, but paying less. They can design a customized college funding strategy for your child and lead you through the financial aid process, which can be confusing and where mistakes can be costly. So don't stress. Call Oliver Shawley at Harvest Wealth Management 781-902-0981 and ask for a complimentary meeting. Or visit them online at harvestwm.com to learn more. Again, that is Harvest Wealth Management LLC at 75 2nd Avenue, Suite 420, Needham, Massachusetts 02494. Call 781-902-0981 or go online at harvestwm.com. Advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network, a registered investment advisor. And now, a word about a local charity organization trying to do some good for the community, the Brookline Food Pantry. The Brookline Food Pantry provides groceries to Brookline residents in need of food assistance. The pantry saw a huge increase in demand for food assistance at the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, and that number, unfortunately, has not gone back down. Since March of 2020, the food pantry has served an average of 650 to 700 households each week, more than 4 times the rate of families served pre-COVID. Brookline Food Pantry is fighting the good fight to end hunger in our community, and they're always looking for more people willing to lend a hand, whether through monetary donations, direct food donations, or volunteers in the pantry. Food donations can be made at United Parish Church at 210 Harvard Street in Brookline on Wednesdays from 10:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. and on Fridays from 9:30 a.m. to noon. Visit brooklinefoodpantry.org or call 617-800-5339 for more information about how you can help feed your community. Once again, that's brooklinefoodpantry.org or call 617-800-5339. And remember, as always, you can find information about our sponsor, Harvest Wealth Management, or about our local charity spotlight, Brookline Food Pantry, in the description section of this video. And in the bottom right corner of the screen, as well as in the description, you can see some personal information about me, jessesports.com, my personal website, my email address, jgms88@gmail.com, my Instagram account where I post highlights from previous streams. And as always, if you're enjoying the stream, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and if you got something to say it in the live chat. And of course, if you know of any local businesses that you think would be interested in sponsoring some of my future live streams, feel free to give them my email address, as you can see in the bottom right corner of the screen, so they can reach out to me and discuss details. Same thing if there are any local charities that you know of that you think deserve a spotlight during breaks in my streams, as I am always looking for more to add to the rotation so I can spotlight those trying to do some good in our community. Halftime, Woburn leads Brookline 20-15. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan from Woburn Memorial High School in Woburn, Massachusetts. I'll be back with the second half of this MIAA Division I Girls Basketball Sweet 16 contest after a brief break off the mic. Stay tuned. Hello again, back on the mic. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, coming to you live from Woburn Memorial High School in Woburn, Massachusetts, bringing you this MIAA Division I Girls Basketball Sweet 16 contest between the 10th seeded Brookline High Warriors and the 7th seeded Woburn High Tanners. As we get ready for the start of the third quarter, it is the Tanners with the 20-15 advantage after a strong second quarter. Brookline got out to a strong start coming out of the gate in the second, opened with a 5-0 run to go up 13-7. But then Woburn answered with a 13-0 run of their own to take the lead going into the half. For Woburn, and forgive me, I might have lost track of some scores here and there. I'm going to see if everything adds up. It looks like it does. Leading the way for them is number 23, Cyndia Labissiere, with 6 points. Amber Hayden not far behind with 5 points. McKenna Morrison with 3 points. And then Megan Quayle, Casey Dangora, and Shannon McCarthy with 2 points each. That rounds out the scoring for Woburn. So 6 different point scorers, with the leading scorer having 6 points. For Brookline, it is a much different story. 13 of their 15 points coming from one player, Margot Mattis, while the other 2 coming from Gigi McMahon, as she got the last basket of the first half to put an end to Woburn's big 13-0 run. So the Woburn defense certainly starting to key in on Mattis, and the Warriors will need someone else to step up and find the path to the basket if they're going to get back into this one. Teams have switched directions. Opening possession goes to Woburn. Here we go. Start of the third quarter. Carly Dangora passes over to Casey Dangora on the wing. Dangora drives in, kicks out to Carly for 3, hits it! Carly Dangora becomes the 7th different point scorer for Woburn as she drains that one to make it an 8-point game. Margot Mattis trying to answer from deep. Off the front rim, no good. Rebound by Megan Quayle. Carly Dangora throws it, now down low to Labissiere. Pass is deflected and stolen by McMahon. Gigi McMahon turning around, throws a pass to Mattis. Now thrown over to Gianna Bryant. Gianna Bryant for 3, no good. Rebound deflects right to Talia Thompson. She turns around, kicks out to Mattis. Mattis looking around, decides to pass to Thompson. Thompson starts to drive in, goes to the hoop, banks it in for 2. 2 points from Talia Thompson, cuts the deficit down to 6, and marks the 3rd different point scorer for Brookline. Labissiere passes out of a trap to Casey Dangora, now over to Carly Dangora. Another 3 ball from Carly Dangora, as she very quickly becomes tied for the leading scorer for Woburn. Bryant dribbling around, quick pass to Thompson. Thompson looking around, stops, looking for a pass, throws a desperate pass to Mattis. Mattis pulls up from the charity stripe, no good. Rebound by Jenna Taylor. Carly Dangora swings a pass over to Casey Dangora. Casey looking around, passes to Labissiere. Labissiere almost lost the ball but recovers. Throws it up top to Casey Dangora. Now over to Carly. Now over to Labissiere. Labissiere spins to the hoop. Blocked. Recovered by Rothstein. A nice block by Mattis as she now brings the ball in transition. Throws a laser of a pass to Bryant. Bryant can't make the layup, and the rebound is collected by Woburn. That's Carly Dangora. Pass to Labissiere. Labissiere stops, turns around, passes out to Casey Dangora. Now over to Carly for another 3. Another 3 from Carly Dangora. She's got all 9 of her team's points this quarter after not scoring in the first half. And that pass gets away from Mattis. It's taken away by Carly Dangora. She goes up, is blocked by Mattis. And they're going to say that's Brookline ball off the block. The Woburn crowd not liking that call, but another block from Margot Mattis makes it Brookline ball, but they now trail by 12. Gianna Bryant dribbles in, kicks it out to Thompson. Thompson looking around, gives to Bryant. Gianna Bryant directing traffic, dribbles around a pick, goes for three, no good. Rebound collected by Carly Dangora. The outside shots just not falling consistently for Brookline, and they've been struggling driving to the hoop. Labissiere holding it on the baseline, kicks it out to Taylor, now across to Carly Dangora, inside to Quayle. Quayle passes back door to Labissiere. Labissiere kicks it out to Carly Dangora for another three, no good this time. Rebound chased after. Morrison keeps it in bounds and gets it to Taylor. And Taylor escapes the defense, pulls up mid-range, no good. Rebound this time by Mattis. Mattis running with it, steps back, long two, hits the long two.
Brookline basket number 30, Margot Mattis.
We got a timeout now called.
Timeout, Woburn.
This timeout called by Woburn. So that was Margot Mattis' first bucket in a while, and she's now got 15. After opening with the first 5 points of the second quarter, she has been shut out by the Woburn defense. She gets her first bucket in some time there, and in that span, only two other Brookline players have managed to score, with Gigi McMahon and Talia Thompson each with 2 points. Meanwhile, for Woburn, Carly Dangora, after putting up a goose egg in the first half, just explodes for a trio of three-pointers early here in the third, and she's now the team's leading scorer with 9 points. You know, it really is just a tale of two different kinds of scoring spreads. Woburn able to attack things a lot of different ways, while Brookline struggling when Margot Mattis doesn't have the openings offensively. Out of the Woburn timeout, we have 4:32 on the clock here in the third quarter. Woburn leads by 10. Inbound to McKenna Morrison. Morrison gets trapped but passes out of it to Taylor. Taylor's pass is deflected and a jump ball, or no, they're calling a foul, I think. Or no, I think they did call the jump ball. And they gave the ball to Brookline. Margot Mattis bringing it up, starts to drive, steps back, long two, no good. Rebound by Taylor. Taylor running the floor, looking around, pass up top to Morrison. Morrison swings a pass over to Hayden. Hayden back up top to Morrison. Morrison almost lost the ball, but recovers, gives to Labissiere. Now to the corner to Taylor. Taylor back up top to Morrison, over to Labissiere. Inside to McCarthy. McCarthy tries a backdoor pass, goes over everyone's heads, and that's out of bounds. 29-19 remains the Woburn lead. Bryant bringing it up. Throws a pass over to Faith Rothstein. Roth sends it inside to McCarthy. McCarthy barely gets the ball out of the trap to Hayden. Given to Labissiere, back inside to McCarthy, and this time McCarthy draws the foul. That foul will be called against Mattis. That'll be her third personal, first team foul this half. 3:26 on the clock here in the third quarter, and that was our first foul of the second half. Carly Dangora, 5-second violation, Brookline ball. Inbound to Bryant. Or actually, I think they called a foul on Shannon McCarthy? That was confusing. Either way, Bryant dribbling around a pick, Going along the baseline, throws a pass, gets it to Rothstein. Rothstein for three, no good. Rebound by Morrison. The shooting woes continue for Brookline as the pass goes to Hayden. Up top to Quayle. Quayle's pass is deflected out of bounds by Thompson. Morrison throws it into Hayden. Hayden throws it down low to McCarthy. McCarthy turning around, smothered, and a foul is called. That foul is going to be against Gigi McMahon. That's her third personal, second team foul. 2:51 on the clock here in the third. Woburn still leads by 10. Inbound to the corner. Morrison dribbling around, gives it to Carly Dangora. Dangora decides against shooting, passes to Quayle. Quayle looking around, gets a pass, misses to McCarthy, and it's recovered by Rothstein. Now Mattis passes to Thompson. Thompson goes inside, and a charge is called on Thompson. That'll be Thompson's first personal, third team foul. My apologies if the internet connection's a little in and out. Not sure what's going on this quarter, but hopefully it's nothing drastic, as a slip and fall by Carly Dangora results in a recovery for Quayle. A couple quick passes. Labissiere is blocked from behind by Bryant. Out of bounds, it will stay with Woburn. That was a wild sequence. As Woburn retains possession following the out of bounds. Pass to Labissiere. Labissiere dribbling around, up top. Finds a lane to the hoop. Hits the layup. Cynthia Labissiere now with 8 points today, as she breaks the scoreless drought from both teams with that bucket. Gianna Bryant dribbling around, slings a pass over to Rothstein. Given to Thompson. Thompson fakes, dribbles in. Long two, no good. Rebound was collected by Taylor. Labissiere now with the ball, starting to drive in again. Kicks it out to Hayden. Hayden for three, hits the three. And a timeout is called by Brookline, as it is now a 15-point lead for the Tanners. 8 points each for Cynthia Labissiere and Amber Hayden off of those buckets. Of course, Carly Dangora, the explosive player in this quarter with 3 3-pointers. That gives her a team-leading 9 points. It's 9 points for Carly Dangora, 8 apiece for Labissiere and Hayden. 3 points for McKenna Morrison, and 2 points each from Quayle, Casey Dangora, and McCarthy. While for Brookline, it is 15 points, a game-high 15 points from Margot Mattis, and 2 points each from Gigi McMahon and Talia Thompson. Mattis bringing up the ball for Brookline. Dribbles, spins, kicks it out. Rothstein dribbling up top. Swings a pass over to Bryant. Bryant dribbling up top. Starts to drive in, goes for an awkward layup, no good, but draws a foul. That foul I'm not sure who they called it on, but Bryant misses the first free throw. in limited trips to the line. Brookline has not shot well. They are 0 for 3 so far. Or no, 1 for 4, I believe. And now 2 for 5 as Bryant gets her first point of the game with that second free throw. Carly Dangora dribbling with it, passes it to Quayle. Quayle starts to drive in, got a lane, can't hit the bucket but does draw a foul. That will be against number 11, Mariah Washington.
Shooting for Woburn, number 11, Megan Quayle.
That will be Washington's first personal, team's fourth. Quayle to the line, shooting 2, and she hits the first. And hits the second. Quayle 2 for 2 at the line, and she's got 4 points now today. Mattis awkwardly going in, no good on the shot. Rebound Washington. Washington for the putback, awkwardly couldn't get it to go as Taylor was on the defense and collects the rebound. Labissiere looking around, throws a pass. That one goes over Taylor's head and out of bounds. 55 seconds left in the third. The Tanners lead the Warriors by 16. Bryant gives to Thompson. Thompson dribbling around, looking, pass to Mattis. Mattis around a pick, and we got an illegal pick call against Washington. Again, things keep going wrong for the Brookline offense as another offensive foul call against the Warriors, this time for an illegal pick. That'll be Washington. Woburn working against the Brookline press. They cross half court, get it to Quayle. Quayle throws it to the corner to Casey Dangora. Looking around, inside to McCarthy. McCarthy turns around, fights off a defender, but travels. Oh, but Bryant looks hurt. Bryant is holding her shoulder in pain. And there, we're going to have a stoppage in play. Boy, you hate to see that. Bryant holding her shoulder. And she's sending the coaches and trainers away saying, no, I'm okay, I'm going back in this. Gritty effort from the junior co-captain. But based on what her attitude was showing there, it looks like we'll be seeing her back in. Again, Gianna Bryant showing some getting away from the Warriors. They're going to need every ounce of effort they can muster if they're going to try and stay in this one. 26 seconds on the clock here in the third. Brookline trails by 16. Mattis with the ball. Dribbling around, drives in, goes up, no good. Rebound is collected by Labissiere. Labissiere dribbling around, running the floor. 10 seconds left in the quarter. Labissiere turns around, puts up the shot, no good. Loose ball on the rebound collected by Mattis. 5 seconds left in the quarter. Mattis pulls up for 3, no good. That ends the third quarter through 3. Our score, the Woburn Tanners 36, the Brookline Warriors 20. Through 3, the point totals for Woburn. Carly Dangora with 9 points, all coming in that third quarter. Cyndia Labissiere and Amber Hayden with 8 points each. Megan Quayle with 4, McKenna Morrison with 3, and then Casey Dangora and Shannon McCarthy with 2 points apiece. For Brookline, Margot Mattis with 15 of their 20 points, and then 2 points apiece from Gigi McMahon and Talia Thompson, and 1 point from Gianna Bryant. It's hard to say exactly what Brookline can do at this stage because, I mean, Woburn is just running a very effective, just a very basic, very effective zone look down low. They're packing the box really effectively whenever Brookline tries to drive the lane. And Brookline hasn't been able to force them to respect the outside shot. The only one who's hit an outside shot so far today is Margot Mattis. Meanwhile, on the flip side, Brookline kind of has to respect the outside shot because Woburn has had a few players go off from three-point land. And so that leaves other openings in the driving lanes. Fourth quarter, Woburn the opening possession. Labissiere sends it up top to Carly Dangora, back to Labissiere. Inside to Taylor, kicked out to Casey Dangora. She dribbles in, stops, kicks it out to Labissiere. Now over to Taylor. Taylor looking around, chucks a pass to Carly Dangora. She dribbles in for two.
Basket number 5, Carly Dangora.
Carly Dangora, the first player on Woburn's side to reach double figures, and it takes until the fourth quarter. Bryant throws it out to Thompson. Thompson looking around, gives it to Mattis. Mattis dribbling, trying to make something happen, spinning around, going to the hoop, no good. When you're trying to fight through three defenders, how much more can you do? Carly Dangora passes to Casey. Casey up top to Taylor. Now over to Carly, back up top to Casey. Casey dribbling in, mid-range, no good, rebound. Bryant dribbling around, steps back, surveys. Bryant runs in, pulls up, no good on the mid-range. Rebound by Taylor. Jenna Taylor, no points so far today, but certainly a large amount of rebounds. Carly Dangora gives it to Labissiere, inside to Quayle. Quayle loses the ball, stolen by Rothstein. Pass to Bryant, now pass to Thompson. Thompson on the fast break, goes for the shot, hits it, and the foul. A nice steal from Faith Rothstein gets that play started. Another player with not a lot of points, but or no points to be exact, but plenty of numbers in other categories, particularly steals. Thompson going to the line for the and one. She's got 4 today. And hit. Thompson now with 5. Brookline showing press. And the pass gets deflected and stolen by Mattis. Mattis running with it, pulls up for the mid-range. No good. Rebound is a foul on Woburn. Talia Thompson fighting for the rebound down low. Inbound. Pass to Bryant, now to the corner. Mattis for 3, no good. Rebound collected this time by Taylor. Quick pass across half court to Labissiere. Labissiere dribbling with it, looking around, gives to Taylor. Taylor for 3, hits the 3. Everyone going off from three-point land as Jenna Taylor sinks that one for her first points of the day. Bryant dribbling around, gives to Thompson. Thompson surveying, looking around, throws a pass. It's deflected but recovered by Rothstein. Pass back out to Thompson, given to Bryant. Bryant driving in, throws a pass. Couldn't be collected by McMahon. Instead, it's collected by Labissiere. Looks like they decided to give a 2-pointer to Taylor on that one, as it's 40-23. Carly Dangora for another 3, no good. Rebound by Taylor, couldn't get the open putback, and that one is rebounded by McMahon. Now given to Bryant. Bryant running the floor, driving in, no good, draws a foul.
Shooting for Brookline, number 3, Gianna Bryant.
Bryant now going to the line for 2. Hits the first. Bryant at the line for the second one. She goes 1 for 2. Bryant now 2 for 4 from the stripe today. She's got 2 points. Again, my apologies for the in and out connection. That honestly kind of happens when people stomping their feet on the bleachers. Again, I think I just picked the wrong section to plant myself in. It kind of causes some haywireness with the connection. 40-24 is the score in favor of the 7th-seeded Tanners. Shots not falling from outside, and with it, not a lot of strong driving lanes to the inside. The Woburn student section getting hyped as we resume play out of the timeout. Inbound to Labissiere. Less than 5 minutes left. Labissiere running with it, throws a pass. Going inside is Quayle. Quayle hits the lay-in. Mattis dribbling around with it. Surveying, going inside, hits the layup. Her first basket in the while. She still has the highest point total so far today. Labissiere holding it up top, looking around, still looking, and jump ball called. Margot Mattis with a game-high 17 points for Brookline as the Warriors get the ball off the jump ball. Pass to Bryant, up top to Mattis. Mattis looking around, dribbling. Starts dribbling, she's swarmed and has to give it out to McMahon. Up top to Washington. Washington dribbling in, going inside, misses the layup. Another rebound by Taylor as she gives it to Morrison. Morrison looking around, gives to Carly Dangora. She has 11 so far today. Woburn's leading scorer gives to Labissiere, back to Carly Dangora. Inside Quayle, nice backdoor move by Labissiere, and Labissiere now has done. Bryant dribbles in, awkward layup, no good, draws another foul. Gianna Bryant back to the line for 2. She's 2 for 4 so far today with 2 points. And off course on the first. Now for the second, and in and out, she misses them both. Carly Dangora trying not to get trapped in the corner, trying to escape. Nowhere to go, and a timeout is called by Woburn. Looking at the point totals so far for Brookline, Margot Mattis still the leading scorer on the floor tonight. She's got 17, but she's been held to just 2 baskets since that early run in the second quarter. Talia Thompson second on Brookline with 5, while Gigi McMahon and Gianna Bryant have 2 points each. For Woburn, Carly Dangora leading the way with 11, Cindy Labissiere with 10, Amber Hayden 8, Megan Quayle 6, McKenna Morrison 3, and then 2 apiece from Jenna Taylor, Casey Dangora, and Shannon McCarthy. Three minutes and 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Woburn leads by 18. Morrison inbounds to Carly Dangora. Back to Morrison. Morrison dribbling up top, looking around, swings a pass over to Taylor. Taylor looking around, pass to Carly Dangora for three, hits another three. 14 points now for Carly Dangora, and she's got 4 from beyond the arc. Mariah Washington from beyond the arc, no good. Rebound by Morrison. Morrison's pass over her target's head, and that's out of bounds. 2:35 left in this one here as Woburn now leads by 21. This dribbling, going inside, loses the ball, recovered by McMahon, gives to Bryant. Bryant goes inside and gets the rim roll for 2. Bryant now with 4 points today. Labissiere dribbling around with it, gives to Quayle. Quayle looking around, gives to Carly Dangora. Dangora dribbling around, surveying her options, passes it over to Morrison. 2 minutes left. Given to Taylor. Taylor for 3, misses wildly, and that's going to be out of bounds. Brookline ball. Bryant starting to run in, goes for another shot and hits it. She's now got 6. And another timeout called.
Timeout, Woburn.
So Gianna Bryant with a nice pair of back-to-back buckets, but unfortunately, Brookline still trailing by a large margin, 47-30. With just 1 minute and 38 seconds left in this game. Again, the winner of this game will move on to the Elite 8, where they will face the winner of an earlier game tonight that is probably over already. That one was between 2nd-seeded Wachusett and 18th-seeded Reading. Woburn looking for the inbound. Inbound goes to Taylor. Taylor fakes, steps in. Short range jumper, no good. Rebound by Casey Dangora. Forces a jump ball with Gigi McMahon. Possession arrow to Woburn as they look for the inbound. Tried to throw it off Mattis, but Mattis just collected it and is now running with it. Spinning to the hoop, going up, no good, but draws the foul.
Shooting for Brookline, number 30, Margot Mattis.
Mattis now at the line for 2 and hits the first. Mattis now with 18 today. Make it 19 as she's perfect from the line once again. Carly Dangora throws a pass to Casey. Minute 20 left as Mattis tries to poke it out of bounds, but instead commits a foul. Inbound to Carly Dangora. Looking around, gives a pass to Morrison. Morrison swings it now to Carly. Pass is knocked out of bounds by Bryant. It will stay Woburn ball. 1:02 left on the season for Brookline. Morrison inbounds it. This is Carly Dangora, has it ripped away by Mattis. Mattis not done fighting yet as she goes up and draws another foul. Even in the final minute, Margot Mattis is going back to the line for another 2. And she hits them both. Mattis a perfect 6 for 6 at the line today, and she's got 21. And a foul is now going to be called on Gianna Bryant. Dangora going to the line for 2. She hits the first of the 1-and-1. As Brookline now in the bonus with 17 fouls after that one. Carly Dangora now with 15 today as she leads the team. Make it 16. Woburn has been very effective from the line today, and we got less than a minute left. Woburn back up by 15. Mattis dribbling around. Fires a 3. No good. Rebound by Labissiere. Labissiere, you could hear that slap up in the stands as Bryant commits another foul. And Labissiere will be going to the line for the 1-and-1. Cindia Labissiere with 10 points already today and make it 11. Woburn as a team has been borderline automatic from the line today. As Woburn now subbing out most of their team to a standing ovation from the crowd. And Brookline making a couple substitutions of their own as they sub out Bryant and Rothstein, bringing in number 20 Delaney Costello and number 22 Iris Liebman, and now they bring in number 32 Olivia Mastarazza replacing Margot Mattis. Following that massive substitutions on both sides, Labissiere front rims the second free throw, so she'll have 11 points. We're down to the final 30 seconds. Mariah Washington swings a pass over to Liebman. Liebman dribbling on the wing, gives to Washington. Washington holding it, dribbles, poked away. Labissiere tries to steal. She does get the steal, and it looks like she's just going to dribble this one out following that one. The Woburn High Tanners will still only have one loss on their record this year as the 7th-seeded home team comes away with a win. The final score here at Woburn Memorial High School. The Woburn High Tanners 50, the Brookline High Warriors 34. So with that, Brookline's season comes to an end here in the round of 16. Final tallies for Brookline for the night. Margot Mattis with a game-high 21 points. Gianna Bryant second on the team with 6. Talia Thompson had 5. And then Gigi McMahon had 2. For Woburn, leading the way was Carly Dangora with 16. Cyndia Labissiere had 11. Amber Hayden with 8. Megan Quayle with 6. McKenna Morrison with 3. And then Jenna Taylor, Casey Dangora, and Shannon McCarthy with 2 apiece. Well, that's going to wrap up this season, and to echo the sentiments of Ernest Hughes, who just dropped one in the live chat, great season, Lady Warriors, win it all next year. And indeed, Brookline does have a strong class of juniors coming back next year, and they'll be looking to improve their games big time coming into their senior season next year. Brookline does say goodbye to a pair of seniors here in the class of 2022. Number 4, Gilda Gilbert, and number 11, Mariah Washington. And Brookline will certainly miss them as they move on to the next stage of their lives. I think I can speak for all the Brookline faithful when I say we wish them the best in all their future endeavors. And also, I just want to thank all of you. Just thank the Brookline girls basketball community in general for allowing me the chance. I know I didn't get to broadcast a lot of games this season, but I'm glad I got to broadcast this one. Glad I got to broadcast the senior night game earlier this winter. You know, it's been a thrill to cover this team, and hope I get a chance to do it again next winter. But wrapping things up here at Woburn Memorial High School, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Remember to check out the description section of this video where you can find information about our paying sponsor, the local business Harvest Wealth Management, where you can find out more about our local charity spotlight, the Brookline Food Pantry. Also in the description section of this video, just like you can find in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, you can see the URL to my personal website, jessesports.com. My email address, jgms88@gmail.com, if you got any questions for me or any works you want to commission. You can also find a link to my Instagram account where I post highlights from some of the games that I live stream. And as always, if you enjoyed the broadcast, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. If you're watching this after the fact, you can leave your comments in the comments section. But that is going to do it for the 2021-2022 girls basketball season for Brookline High. It ends in the Sweet 16. The Woburn Tanners move on to the Elite 8 with the win. Final score, Woburn 50, Brookline 34. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Thank you all for watching, and have a good night.